This is my presentation for the high fidelity interactive prototype for smart margins. As a whole, the user feedback was very positive for my designs for the Smart Margins web application. Some of the feedback I received was that the design is clear and it isn't text heavy. It has good use of space, some improvements to make the navigation clearer, and to incorporate branding colour in the high fidelity interactive prototype. So my improvements. I have maintained a clean design. I have improved the navigation by adding the word back beside the arrow to return to the previous page. I've added colourful buttons to move forward and to go to the dashboard. And I've used the branding colours to enhance the design and illustrations. There are many factors to designing an interface design correctly. I will be highlighting the principles I use to make the Smart Margins web application most appealing for users. As Smart Margins customers can come from a background with zero technical skills to having a large skill set, my aim was to make my design as simple and clean as possible. This is to ensure everyone has a positive experience using the web application. One of the psychological factors I studied was the cognitive load. When it comes to user experience design, cognitive load is extremely important. It refers to the total amount of information your working memory can handle. Cognitive overload is something we want to minimise. How it happens? It happens when our working memory receives more information than it can handle, which results in frustration and compromised decision making. For my whole design, I wanted to keep it clean, clear and not overpowering for the user. I aim to keep the design soft and light to have a welcoming feel for the user. The welcome page is a brief explanation about Smart Margins. The user can log in or choose to sign up. A new user will have to choose a subscription package. The user can see the name and cost of each package. The illustration on each package can help the user to imagine the superiority in choosing a more expensive package. I have incorporated the branding colours and used the logo's circles to demonstrate the differences. People frequently use heuristics to make decisions. The design should be easy to use, the user should feel confident, have no confusion, and that they are in control. Scarcity. It is important to enhance the user's perception of scarcity. Smart Margins offers 3 different subscription packages, each with different tools and capabilities. A certain number of users will want to know that they have access to all of the software's features to benefit their business. Naive diversification. In digital design, people can become easily distracted. It is important that the interactions are user-friendly and to the point. If the user is given multiple options, they will then make a more diverse decision. The less choices given to the user, the easier it will be to guide them through the web application. When it comes to scarcity, Smart Margins offered the 3 packages at different prices. Obviously, Smart Margins want more people to use the more expensive package, and so will offer more tools in those packages. People want to feel like they're not missing out on features, so will pick the bigger package. My choice of illustration design was to use the circles from the logo and form a target shape, which was allocated to the unicorn package. For the dashboard again, we have 3 options. This will make the decision process and guiding them through the application easier. Consistency. It is important that the user has a consistent experience throughout the Smart Margins web application. If sections that look similar operate differently, the user will become frustrated and may give up on the software. Consistency allows the user to learn the software faster, which makes the product easier to use and results in the software more desirable to use. When it comes to consistency, the buttons to move forward, the return back button, adding and removing buttons, and the overall design of the application is consistent throughout. Hicks' Law is an interaction design principle I followed. I designed the subscription page and the dashboard page to be the same experience for the user. They will feel comfortable due to the resemblance, and this way they will make the decisions faster. The dashboard options are also designed to be similar. It is very easy and clear as to what to do, ensuring the user has no issues while using smart margins. Fit's law is another that I followed. For this, I made sure that my buttons are clear and simple to use. The buttons that perform the important tasks have a short explanation as to what they need to do. Usability testing. Usability testing is extremely important. Usability problems are more noticeable for people who are new to the design. It can be difficult for designers to spot them, having spent time working on it. A usability test is useful for highlighting problems or pain points, to make any improvements, and to test the design with the public to see if the average person can use it. I am conducting a gorilla test on 3 people for my Smart Margins web application. The test tasks were to sign up to Smart Margins and select a subscription package, fill in your business details and add your sales channels, find the dashboard page, go to the product feed and add products to sell, and then return to the dashboard page. Here are my findings from my first test. The result came in at 96.6% success. In total, I tested 3 users who each had 5 tasks to complete. Of the 15 tasks, 14 were successful, 1 was a partial success, and there were no failed tasks. Users were successfully able to navigate and perform tasks. The results are very positive. Changes based on my feedback. I have added some text to prompt the user to move through the setup page more smoothly. This was reflected as the partial success in my test. The user was not a tech-savvy person and took longer to move on from this task. And now here's my high-fidelity interactive prototype. This is the sign up, sign in page for Smart Margins. We have a little bit about them. We have the option to sign straight in, or as we are a new member, we're going to sign up. We are now on the sign up page, so we place our business name, our email address and our password into the boxes provided, and we can see that we can avail of a free 14-day free trial. We are now onto the subscriptions page, so we can choose a package to whichever we like. We have the base for 40, the growth for 100, and then the unicorn, which is a custom package. As you can see, I have incorporated Smart Margins' original logo to make my illustrations. Now we're onto the business information, where you can fill out some information about the business in the text field provided. Then hit the next button when you're ready. Now for integrated sales channels. So we have the option for you to tick or add your sales channels. So we've Amazon, eBay and Shopify already listed, and then you can just add your own. Finally, we're on the dashboard where everything happens. You have the product feed, the input competitors and repricing. For the product feed, we can add and remove the products that we are using. So for this particular example, we are a bookstore, so we can add and remove the books. We can return to the dashboard to input our competitors. We can add and remove them, and those that are added have a tick beside them. And finally, for the repricer, the user has the option to reprice their goods manually or automatically. The user can see their profit margin grown with the graph on the right hand side. And then when you're finished, you can return to the dashboard.